Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome back to Detroit Lions Syndicate. Your home for everything Detroit Lions, so make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get notified of all content. And I need y'all to do something for me, man. Baker Mayfield, I know you don't think he's coming to Detroit. That's fine. But go watch that video, man. I had 29 consecutive videos that hit 1,000 until that one came out. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out, man. I really appreciate that. Keep the streak alive. The Detroit Lions are going to host 2 draft prospects this week. Aidan Hutchinson is there today, and Malik Willis will be coming later this week. Not a ton of quarterbacks have come to the Detroit Lions for a pre-draft visit. What does that tell you about the second overall pick? I have been saying this for months, and I'll continue to say it down until next Thursday when we see during the NFL draft. The Detroit Lions' first priority is to trade back, having lost the 7th round pick in the Trinity Benson trade. And I know that you're like, well, it's just a 7th round pick. Yeah, but it's more or less the 5th pick, the 5th round pick that I'm referring to. But we lost both of those for Trinity Benson, who did nothing for 2021. And it's looking like Trinity Benson was a wasted trade. We will see in the next coming years. So the Detroit Lions only have 8 draft picks, not the 9 that was initially reported a few weeks ago. With that being said, Brad Holmes needs to hit on 6 out of the 8 picks in this year's draft. My opinion is that he will trade. That's the number one priority. Now, if the Jacksonville Jaguars do not take Aidan Hutchinson, I still believe the Detroit Lions are going to want to trade back, but we're going to need a lot of capital in order to do that. If we stay at number 2, I truly believe that Aidan Hutchinson will be the pick. I know some of you may disagree with me, but I think that it's very obvious that the Detroit Lions cannot pass on Hutchinson for a guy like Thibodeaux with just so many question marks. Came out over the weekend, was not a fan of Kayvon Thibodeaux, which is weird because just a few days earlier, he said that Kayvon checked all the boxes. However, I will say this. Those words were said before Kayvon Thibodeaux came to visit the Detroit Lions. I truly believe that this is true because of the timing of it. It could be a draft smokescreen ploy, or it could be very true. I know personally for me, just watching Kayvon, listening to him talk, I am not a fan as well. I think he's too much about himself, and he will put himself before the team. But I'm just a guy who makes YouTube videos in his basement. So let me know in the comments below, do you believe that Dan Campbell really said that he's not a fan of Kayvon Thibodeaux? Bringing it back to Aidan Hutchinson, the Detroit Lions will try to trade out of that pick if the haul is big enough and maybe take Jermaine Johnson or even Trayvon Walker a little further in the draft. If the haul is big enough and Aidan Hutchinson is selected by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I said it earlier, Aidan Hutchinson will be the pick for the Detroit Lions if he's there, in my opinion. So I'm not saying that that's facts, but it's facts in my eyes. Rounding out with Malik Willis. Malik Willis is headed to the Motor City for a pre-draft visit. Not a lot of quarterbacks have been. If I'm not mistaken, it's only been him and Kenny Pickett who have made pre-draft visits to the Detroit Lions. Now, this is the last week for that, with the NFL draft officially being next week. All of the pre-draft visits will be out of the way this week. So then we'll be gearing up to the NFL draft. Now, I do believe less than 30 individuals or so were invited to the NFL draft. Look how far the draft has come. Back when Aaron Rodgers was drafted, only 6 people were invited to the actual NFL draft. And now we have almost 5 times that. So that is outstanding. In my humble opinion, the Detroit Lions are not going to take Malik Willis 2nd overall. If they do, then that will go back on everything that Brad Holmes said, wanting a day 1 starter, an immediate impact player. Now, he likes Malik Willis, but Malik Willis is a raw talent that will have to sit. I'm just going to put my humble opinion out there. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes draft Malik Willis at number 2. I'm really going to begin to question what they're doing. Now, if we draft him and we win 7 or 8 games, then it was a smart move, kind of similar to Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes both want playmakers with that number 2 overall selection, and Malik Willis is a playmaker, but he's got some marination to do when it comes to the NFL. So let me know in the comments below, do you think the Detroit Lions will take Malik Willis at 2, or who do you have them taking at number 2? My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. Listen, we are 10 away from 1,900. Trying to get there by the end of the day. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to the channel and you just keep seeing me in the notifications and in your timeline, that means you need to subscribe. I'm just saying. And then we have 1 week to get to 2K by the NFL draft. As a matter of fact, the NFL draft Day 1 will be hosted on my other channel, the Gridiron Blitz. This will be my first time in 4 years that I've been able to host Day 1 of the NFL draft, and we have 2 picks right now in that round. So I'm very excited. So make sure you check out the Gridiron Blitz. We will be live over there, the panel and myself, to bring Day 1 to you guys live, every pick all round. So make sure you subscribe for that as well. Check out the Gridiron Blitz, man. It's in my feature tabs. You guys are awesome. And as usual, go Lions.